Hi everybody, and welcome back to our review of Krayzie Bone's album, Thug Mentality 1999. This is part 2. This is the Classic West podcast, the show where we break down classic albums like Krayzie Bone's Thug Mentality 1999, track by track. But because Krayzie Bone's Thug Mentality 1999 is so very long, we're going to break this into multiple parts that you'll just see randomly popping up. Yay!
Yay!
In this episode, our goal is to go through tracks 10 through 20, I think, and we're gonna run it through, and then we'll move on to the next patch after that, and then the next patch, and the next patch. Anyway, we've already been through this for the first bit. My name is Holden Stephan Roy.
I am your lady friend Bonnie.
And without rambling on, check out part 1 for the introduction and all of that. And
It was a hoot.
I think on that note, we should jump into Street People. All right, Bonnie, how do you feel about Street People featuring Niko?
It's not bad.
Fantastic.
So this one is all about that street mentality and everything that they do, and what you have to do to get by and survive and be able to make it on the streets. And we've got Niko on this one. I'm not really sure who she is, but she comes in and she's kind of motivating and trying to try to keep remind people to keep their heads up and doing what they have to do to survive, and they are recognizing that because maybe I don't know Niko's story, but maybe she too came from the streets. So I mean, there's not too much to it, but just about people just trying to live. So that's fine. I gave it a 4.2 on 5.
Fair enough. I like how he kind of just does go very blunt in on the topic. This is to all the people in the streets, people in the hood struggling, doing what the fuck they got to do to make their money. All the thugs, hustlers, gangsters, players, pimps, let's roll,
Yeah.
So it's an anthem to a lot of the people he's going to see in his environment, people maybe from the less than fortunate communities who are forced, from what I'm learning, especially in the time when he would have been younger, right? There just literally were no jobs. So these were the choices left and stuff. So you're kind of forced into this world that's, it's easy to look at it maybe from my perspective in a way, which I don't, but I'm just kind of my brain's running. But I feel like it's a cool anthem of unity to get people together. But it's also he's kind of putting out a code of ethics through his lyrics, if you take a look at the first verse, I dedicate this to the people in the hood, keeping it real on the streets, people that practice what they preach, staying true to their D-I-E. And I like the way he spells out die to make sure it just kind of stays up with the rhyme scheme. People still strong, we keep on bailing, though the stress and all the rest of the shit that's going on. Speaking of violence, I see you gotta keep a pistol, cause if people think you're rich, they gonna get got, they out to pinch ya. Bullshit. It's he looks around at the scenario, he sees people with guns, he's like, this whole thing is just fucking bullshit. And I like the way he just kind of you're not killing because of the pump, and it drives us to the point of no return. He's almost kind of commenting, the way you're killing and stuff is not because of this, it's just maybe a bad action. I take this as a bad way of life that we've gotten into, almost like a habit that needs to be broken, especially when you're gone off the sherm, you can give a fuck about a person flossing while they walking. He on 16 switches, ain't that a bitch, but that's life. So you get the picture now, people just fucked up on some, I think sherm is PCP, I might be wrong. Anyway, so first fucked up on some stuff, kind of lost their mind, but when dealing with this kind of circumstances, it's just what it is. And I kind of like how he just wraps up the verse, but and I can't stop him or knock him, but I wouldn't even try though, because the Bible say hey, either repent or you will die, so choose one, either repent or get saved, or put some food on your table for now. So it's an interesting idea. It's be saved or eat, and I like the way it's just gray. And it's you want to live right, but it's just complicated because of the realities of the situation. And I think it's just portrayed in a beautiful way with the way he sings. It just has this almost soulful kind of flow, but he's still doing that quick shit to kind of keep you interested. The beat's just kind of intoxicating in the way that it just sucks you in, makes you kind of almost want to clap along with it. I like how he takes the second verse and dedicates it to the ladies. and just kind of like takes a, feed your babies, handle yourself, don't wait on people that aren't going to do it. We've all been poor long enough, but I know you could scheme on something. Take the welfare, fuck it, the system giving it to you because it's guilt on their conscience. Don't let them fool you, really doing people any favors. So come on, get the paper before you die. And it's just, kind of encouraging people to grind and not be reliant on a system that's trying to keep them from achieving their true ambitions and whatnot.
Right.
And what I really enjoy about it, just in general, is just, like, it's so uplifting, like, in the midst of the chaos and whatever's out there, like, to just try to be strong,
Yeah.
And even if you have to do what you got to do, that's okay. Just do whatever you got to do to make sure that you can get your paper because it's, like, the only way out of this situation.
Yeah.
Then you get the third verse where he's like, nah, if y'all feeling me, let's get down and tear the roof off, mother. Shoot the motherfuckers. I'm serious and mean business, ready to pump up and ride you with it. Come out here, put it with it. Pump, pump, pump. Police, they treat us like animals. Let's attack them like beasts. And I really like, it's like this battle cry. It's like understanding that the circumstances are completely bullshit. You're left with no choice but to rally up and assault the oppressors, the police, the system, to fight back in that sense. And then it just goes into a little more description, I'm really not tripping on this rapping no more because I know it won't last too much longer. When it's over, then I'll be a full-time soldier. If I make it out the game without my sanity, get paid, fuck the fame, get out quickly, understand me? He's still in the game, and he just beefed with Migos over the fame. Just throwing it out there. I don't remember which one of them started the beef, so it might not have been Krayzie, but he was in the beef over Migos. So anyway, 20 years later, he cares a little more about the fame and shit. Because at the rate I'm going, pretty soon they'll try to ban me for killing these motherfuckers trying to tamper with my family. And I just kind of like the aggression of it, like the lash out of it, the do or die kind of attitude. The I gotta take the most of the situation while it's here, But like, now they got me running from these popos trying to jam me, but I told them motherfuckers not to try to test my manly, and this my mentality for fucking with the street life. And it's almost like he got caught up into it, so he's almost forced to live this way entirely. I don't know. I'm mostly, like, I just find it intoxicating to listen to. I feel like he just kind of drills into, like, a way of feeling. Maybe it's not my life per se, but I definitely feel like he makes this empathetic play to kind of create a connection with people, to just kind of paint the picture that it's not so simple, but we have to bond together, and then you have that, like, at the end, somebody better, and we the THUG, real fucking soldiers, just like that chant, just like you can feel like the unity that he's trying to build with it all, and I really appreciate that. Anyway, I guess that's all I gotta say about that. I gave it a 4.5. I thought it was a super strong energy. I think, like, honestly, this project is super great, and like, I feel like with the space that I've had, instead of just listening to it all at once, it kind of keeps it fresh. But I do have to say, somewhere around track 20 something, when you are listening to it all in a row, you're a little bit like, okay, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But when you break it out and really just appreciate each song individually,
because each song is pretty good.
Like, man.
I mean, there's ups and downs, but, like, it's pretty consistent.
Anyway, I thought it was cool. But the next one is for the Pimpz, Thugz, Hustlaz, and Ganstaz.
That's right.
I feel like the hook on this song is just such a fucking earworm. It's just so, like, delightful to listen to. If you a pimp them hoes. And just,
better get ready for war.
if you a hustler, make your... I don't know. It's like the type of shit I picture suburban moms and people like myself bumping to, feeling gangsta. I also feel there's a whole other side of people who listen to this that they can relate to it more directly. But man, just you in traffic and shit, if you a pimp, I know what it looks like, but it's a reality, man. Sometimes I'm on the bus listening to 3-6 Mafia. I feel like I'm turning up in my head over my little spot. Anyway, I digress. What do you think about this track?
Yeah, I'm with you. I really like the chorus on this one as well. I think it's a lot of fun. And so we also have featuring on this one, we've got Layzie Bone, MJG, and 8 Ball. So it's going to be like a fun time.
It's stacked.
And like everybody is great. Everybody's rapping is great on this one. Like, there's nobody that, like, falls short. The beat is kind of, like, slow and smooth, and, like, their rapping is just so, like, quick and hard, so it works, like, nicely together. Like, and, like, when you're listening to it, it's fun. I mean, overall, it's a nice one. I like this one a lot. Basically, talking about all the actions of pimp, thugs, hustlers, and gangsters. So that's just what it is. So I gave this a 4.35 on
Fair.
5. Yeah.
So I love like that slowed down, kind of laid back beat that we have going on. And
Yeah, I feel like that's Layzie's influence.
But I feel like in general, there's just this contrast of sounds that we've gotten across this project, which truly shows the versatility that Krayzie Bone brings to the table. And certainly it could be Layzie Bone's influence and whoever else. I don't really know enough about 8 Ball and MJG, except that they're on that Stay Fly song with 3 6 Mafia. I gotta stay fly. Anyway, I think it's high, actually. Whatever. But, like, for real, this track, again, what I like about the flows is that way that they just kind of, like, slow down and then speed up, and then it just is erratic, right? Like, it's not like a static, you know what's about to come next. It's like there's just this passionate delivery where, like, it just, every line ends up having this extra feeling to it, almost because every line was almost crafted differently. And I think there's a charm to that versus some of the more common, basically jacking basic poetic structures into like a regular flow, like a constant 10-point cadence with like an A at the end or whatever, Anyway, I just feel like lyrically Krayzie's cool with it. I don't know if there was like 1,000 things that pop off, but I really enjoyed it when he was like Mr. Sawed-Off, Leatherface, warrior ready for war, natural soldier boy, ready to move out, people, ready to get with the shootout. In the meanwhile, I still got to make some money to get by. Yeah, I finally connected and hooked up with MJG, made money, because all the other shit don't mean a thing to me. And it's like I really have come to appreciate this idea of the value of money as I try to increase my social class in life. And I honestly found myself a lot more motivated by the acquisition of cash flow as time goes on. And I'm not even in the kind of environment that would require the level of lyricism of what Krayzie Bone's bringing to the table. There's no violence in my life. But man, I hear that shit and it's just fascinating how, like, no matter where you're at, it feels like cash rules everything. Anyway, tangential ideas, but I really just kind of feel like, again, it's almost like a justification that if you're gonna go out there and live your life and do whatever you have to do what you gotta do. And if you're getting too close, they fucking you up. You don't really want that, because I know these ain't no hoes you fucking with in regards to Krayzie and his friends.
Right.
I thought MJG blew my fucking mind though. Krayzie Bone's verse was fine, but just the way MJG starts off with like the "who be I?" and like this strong start, like caught my attention. The person who pimping up plenty of hoes. Look at the size of the bank he hold. Natural born, mind control, fake people gang blowing away. Makes you wonder why people be hating. They jealous. They fellas looking to take you under. It seems. That's right. He says fellas. I didn't sub that in. That was actually him. People's my sub-in word. Looking to take you under. It seems like the more we get, you come with that shit looking for ways to drive us insane, confusing our brain. And it's so interesting because it's like, first of all, he's flashing, he's doing his shit, he's making that money, he's got his shit, and then he just kind of transition. Like, there's this mind control out there, some kind of influence that's kind of causing people to be hating, this jealousy. People then kind of flip on you, looking to take from you and whatnot. And it's like the more we get, the more people hate, the more there's complications. That's confusing. It's like, why can't people win without others feeling jealous for them? And I kind of maybe can see it from the other side, like, oh, you left me behind and shit, but I'm no longer that kind of person, so it's super fucking hard to empathize with. Otherwise, I kind of get more where MJG's coming from, but I like how he flips it up. I'm setting up traps for rats who snatch cheese, fly like a trapeze artist, tell him to bring it. I comes the hardest, MJG pimp running with bone, dividing the throne, regardless of the person who's standing in my path, I'm bringing it on. I just like the way he rhymes it. I like his use of imagery, like, the rat snatch up cheese. But then to flick it, like he's fly, like a trapeze artist, which is a cool, just kind of way to keep the rhyme scheme going. But also setting it up like you almost picture like he's trapping these people by being fucking dope. Like he's the bait, in a sense. Anyway, he's the best. He'll take on anyone. It's pretty fucking good. I just really enjoy the way he raps it. I don't have a lot more to say. And I thought Layzie Bone's verse was cool too, but I don't know. I felt like it was a good verse, but his delivery wasn't like as dynamically enthralling as say Krayzie and MJG. It's not his lyricism. It's just I don't know. It's not a bad verse. I hope this doesn't come off poorly. But anyway, too many fake people done tried to contend and dead again. Pinned it, they couldn't win. Kid took it off the head with the fit the hand. Now I'm in the win. 500 Benzo, we roll, we roll. Rod J came through with the Mac 10, wish tripping. When I pulled out the Glock, you know all of my people be ready. This pop coming with that heat cook, cause it never did stop. Fair enough. Lots of fake people got taken out by Layzie Bone. And it's smooth. And delivers it proper. It's alright. I just don't feel like it slapped me the way the other guy slapped me. Everybody I know looking up from we creep is deeper the way you perceive a thug, no love, take up people action at the mud and try to triumph for a worldly grudge. What? People be bust to the point of no return. I'm out here slanging paper chasing, erasing my poverty, and I got to be that soldier claiming Mo, even though I get hectic, respect it. And I do appreciate the fact that he stays loyal to his own in the midst of his verse, and that he's coming through. I don't know. I'm just not as into his verse. Whatever, it is what it is. And then 8Ball does an outro. I'm like, fair enough. 8Ball hit the track. That's dope. And all things considered, I found this to be quite an amazing vibe. I would highly recommend a copious amount of marijuana before this track because this is the kind of song it's for, and trust it will make a big difference in your listening experience. Not to say it doesn't require it. It just, in my notes that it said to mention it, so I'm not arguing with myself in that state of mind as I wrote that note. But that's where I was when I gave it a 4.5. It's fucking stellar.
Nice.
Next up, we have a beautiful skit on this project. It's called
The Bullshit.
The Bullshit, indeed. The classic. I got caught cheating on my girl song skit thing. Allow me to give you some of this. So Krayzie's there. Damn, your shit going off, person. Damn. And then the friend. Damn, I know this ain't this bitch calling me again, man, on some bullshit.
Not calling. Paging.
Oh,
it's a pager that's going off.
Call this hoe back and see what the fuck she talking about now. Then Krayzie says, still fucking with them fatal ass bitches. Friend goes, damn, pretty ass bitches. The phone rings. There's a little baby crying in the background. So, oh shit, friend has a kid. Sorry ass, I know this him. And then the male voice goes, okay, bitch. It says bitch in the lyrics over on bonelyrics.com, recommended by dude who put a comment on the last video.
Yeah, so thank you.
Hello. And the friend goes, man, what the fuck is up? And then the lady goes, who the fuck
is Shaniqua?
Damn, she louder than a motherfucker flipping on your ass is Krayzie Bone's contribution. The lady proceeds to say, who the fuck is Dominique? And who the fuck is Niko? Well, it appears our friend in this situation, his PP is entering lots of VJs. Maybe he's getting some BJs too. I don't know. And then he goes, the friend, hey, hold up, bitch. Hold the fuck up. Upon which she goes, fuck this, I'm so tired of you. And he goes, tired of me, bitch, I'm tired of your ass. And when she goes, you know what, I can't believe a motherfucking thing you tell me.
Yep.
And then he goes, you ain't got to believe a motherfucking thing. And you know what, fuck you. And then Krayzie Bone, and here's the humor, here's the real kicker.
Yep.
Damn, look at them hoes. Look at them hoes on the corner. Look at them hoes right there. Damn. And the moral of the story is, these foolish boys will never learn, just sticking their penises everywhere they can, even though they have babies and responsibilities and...
girls, though.
Life. Yeah. I don't like this part of the era of rap skits because I'm a left-leaning Canadian in fucking 2020, millennial aged.
Okay.
You look at this and you're like, damn, Krayzie, you don't look very funny here and now. However, I do see the humor in, I guess, the last line, making it kind of better. And I suppose it's like not the worst thing I've listened to because the song in the background is nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's...
I give it a 4.
Yeah.
Because it's not, like, the worst one I've ever heard.
I give it a 4.2 on 5. I mean, it is fine, and I feel like, you know, it's probably like an honest depiction of a situation that either he and or other people he knows may have been involved in. You know, she's not having it. She's found out, and you know, she's like, whatever. Who are all these girls? And that's why you steer clear from drama.
May I just state?
You may.
I very much appreciate, like, the dramatic effect and the serious nature of this song, because it's pretty, like, serious and whatnot.
Yep.
But with that skit leading into it, it's like, man, I don't get it. I don't get the placement at all.
That's true, yeah.
It's like Krayzie Bone and his dude acting a fool, creating their own drama in their world, mixed with this song where it's like, man, the drama sounds really like serious and like actually like a real environmental issue. But the skit right before, it's like, oh, we're stupid dudes that just gotta fuck them hoes. And I'm like, what? What kind of a transition is that? Either way, we've moved on into this song where the drama is here. It's not my favorite as far as like the beat goes. I felt like it was slower and calmer, but it lacked that like vibiness to me.
Okay.
It's alright. Like the chorus is okay to me. Like it's not that it's bad or anything. I just feel like relative to all the other choruses, it's my least favorite one so far. But the subject matter is cool because he does change it up, and from a subject matter perspective keeps it interesting. But at the same time, you like think about the flow, and it would be like he flips it up between fast and slow in like a melodic, really cool way. And one could argue that that's kind of most of the album is Krayzie Bone doing that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that to hate. I'm saying that basically what makes this song stand out is the content so much, whatever. But like roll down my family tree with me, flipping the page to page, see nothing but strugglers. I never knew no hustlers like my daddy and mama, so I gotta drop my P's. But I think way back in the day when moms and pops had my back, they stayed down and gave us a play to lay down. But when the wind blew in, delivering the crack pop. But lately it's keeping people up off the hinges. Can I get a witness, baby? It kind of sounds like that. He's describing a situation like his parents taught him the ways of being a hustler and almost like helped him into the game, and they was all like real with it and whatnot. Maybe I'm misreading it, but that's kind of what it sounds like. And I'm out the door to go make some money on my own. Somebody tell me where I went wrong. I'll bring my family back because they're long gone. It's on now. Pops don't even come around, but I know Pops got problems. That's why your little people's they're still down with you. But it hurts to see your family taking a beating. My sisters keep saying they're hungry. Gotta come up with a way to feed them. And I just find it fascinating how, like, you get this, like, powerful story here where the dad disappears, everyone's hungry, and it's almost like it falls on Krayzie to go out there and figure out a way to ensure that there's just food on the tables and whatnot.
Yep.
And I'm like, how the fuck do you start this with a song about smashing some next chicks? Anyway, so whatever, he kind of describes that, calling welfares. When the check came, mom, she kind of hounds everyone. Bang, bang, had to get down from my thang. Swang with a me Thugsters pump. We never did love you. Sinclair struggler, yeah, you hustler, baby. And then he just kind of drops into the drama. It just goes on and on. It's just a part of his life. And the chorus kind of has a punch to it where it's heavy, where it's like you kind of feel like you had no choice but to pursue this world. And as a result, there's complications that come with it. And, you know, it kind of doubles down in the second verse. I can't get away from all this drama surrounding me, hounding me, heavily coming down on me. Drama been pounding my brain, calling my name. These demons that seem to be following me, coming in all shapes and sizes. Enemies, my friends, they don't surprise me. And overall, he just kind of rolls through it like that for the rest of the verse, kind of playing on that theme. I do like when he goes, I'm up in this bitch like Michael Jackson. I wish they'd leave me alone before I show the other side of me. Thought that was pretty clever, playing up on that titles and whatnot.
Yep.
But, I don't know. It's all right. This is definitely not one of my favorite songs. And given there's like 38 of them, you can totally, in my opinion, skip over drama. But on the other hand, if you relate to this, because it's like your life experiences, and when you hear this, it's like your story, I can also completely appreciate that angle of it. I don't think this one is necessarily for me, but I think it's a really cool song. And 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 I think it's a really cool s and it's sonically not something I'm 1,000% interested in, so it's just harder to get into. But it's like, if I'm being mad objective, probably as good as any other track on this album, but to me it's a bit of a sleeper, so I give it a 4.1.
Okay. The first thing that I noticed about this song is that it has the same like back, like, I can't make the noise, like a real of like Bone Thugs and Harmony seems to have on like some of their like signature songs. So I like that. I did a terrible impression of what that's supposed to sound like. Maybe we can like plop in just like a clip of the song.
Nah, we can't do that.
No, I guess
not
we can't.
fucking with that shit.
We're done with it. But anyways, if you know it, you know what I mean. And basically about, you know, he's kind of talking about like a guy. I don't know if he actually makes reference to like it being himself. But you know, who ended up like involved in like the crack game, and you know, and I think ended up on crack, but then like got clean, but then his family was already gone. Like I wasn't sure what was going on there. And then the mom is on welfare, and you know, can't really afford to feed all the kids and whatever else, and has, you know, maybe this addiction, and you know, that's why he's on the street hustling to get away from all of that, and like, you know, to support his family, but like not necessarily be there, you know, and just doing what he does. And that's kind of like why he raps, I think. And he tries to like help people be better, you know, and live a better life, and, you know, maybe realize that stepping away from all of the drama is probably the best thing for you. You know, but unfortunately, like, drama is just like a part of his life, and like this is what he has to deal with, and it's like he's very like involved in a lot of things, but he's just trying to like take care of his people. So it's a little bit more slow and somber, but I kind of nice. I like this one. I give it a 4.4 on 5.
Very cool. Why don't we move on then to something that might happen in the near future with a 3 attached to it, but this time it's just World War. How do you feel about World War?
I like this one. It's basically like a straight up, like tough, we're gonna kill you if you fuck with us, like him and his crew. You know, they may be away from that game now, but they are still just as dangerous, and you can't fuck with them, and like that's basically what this is. And they have no issue in proving like that they're still like super like thugs, and like, you know, willing to like, you know, cause some shit. So it's like a nice like fighting song. It has like a nice beat to it. The chorus I found was like a little weird with the slow, with the World War. Like I found like that kind of weird, like over and over and over again. But it kind of works, I guess, with like kind of creating like the feeling of the song. So I mean, I get it. I liked some of the lyrics on the end of the second verse. Y'all blanks ain't mobsters, because if this was a mob, somebody would have been shot. But we can get the whole out of ya. Crazy, lazy, busy, wish, and flesh bone. Too strong for your blanks to hold on to keep up. But I see you still want to be us, no matter who was claiming it first. It's who's the realist. Do not enlist if you're not ready for war. So I kind of like that, and just kind of like, it's nice that, you know, like the brotherhood, and they're like, you know, he's repping like his, you know, his pals, his old band members, and you know, that they're still involved. And I really like the sound of this one, and like the feeling it gave me. It made me feel like it should be in like a movie or something, in like a, you know, a gangster hood type of a story, probably with Denzel Washington or something. So I like this one. I gave it a 4.5 on 5.
Yeah, I totally feel you. I mean, right away, it has like this more triumphant kind of, like you feel like you're going into battle when you start hearing the beats of this song.
Yeah.
You just feel pumped in a way that the last few may have been more low down, kind of whatever. This just picks you right up, in my opinion. And you got this intro where it's like, the chorus where he's just like, World War. And it's like not really subtle, but it's just haunting in the way he sings it. But it's also like the way he sings it has this coldness to it, like this cold acceptance that this is just what it is. And he is ready for what is coming. And what I realized listening to this song, it's like, let's be real. Lyrically, I can't like dissect this shit in anything profound. It's like, come a little closer, let me show you a hoe. what's up, bitch? We can roll. But he's also going like fucking fast. Like, come over to closer, let me show you a hoe. What up, bitch? We can roll. I don't really know it. But he's going at like a really fucking quick speed. Anybody want to fuck with me? Because I'm down to fuck back. Gotcha. What you want to do? You say want to fight us? Come fight us. We do it because it's real. Fuck a title. It's all survival dedicated to my rivals. You could die a hoe. And I'm just like, man, he's just fucking lashing out. And it's like, I'm going to win. I'm going to stay alive. It's not about like... And I like the fuck a title line. Like, it's not really about who's the best or anything. It's just, we're in this for the war. We're in this to win. We're just fucking ferocious with it. But the way he's coming at it with that high cadence, that intensity over that beat, it just pumps you the fuck up. Like, this is some gym shit. This is some, like, I guess if I was a fighter, I would fight to this. But I'm not really a fighter. But I really enjoyed it. Like... get the big guns, pop one, split them up, bet the bitch run. He said he come to get some person, he ain't really want none. Don't let them suckers fool you. Busters don't do too much. And then it's like, people don't really want none. And I just really like the like flat out people claim they want that shit. They can't handle that shit. We gonna fuck that shit up. I'll knock you out. That dumb shit coming out your mouth, you'll get nothing but a rematch. It's just fucking harsh, you know? And if you look at it from the perspective of both the literal maybe coming at him, but also from more of a rap battle perspective, it's pretty ferocious. It's like, you don't want to fuck with him. He's gonna come at you with all the ferocity. We gonna people be better people coming to bring the pain. Better get your hard hat, protect your brain. I like that, because if you get a hard hat, you can keep the bullet from killing you. Get a gun and bang bang. Tell me what you really want to battle, Mike. We can handle that any way you want to handle static, thug style, buck wild, some tear up the club shit, whatever. Drop down when the bullets get to jumping around. The player haters got on the ground bleeding. Anyway. That's kind of basically how the track goes. It's a lot of that over this, like I said, this crazy beat. I found it was shorter, but like it punched in really hard. It just picked my energy rate up. I maybe thought like, oh no, maybe this is the slump on it. But I feel like it's a 4.35. I don't think it has like the next level impact some of the other ones had, but at the same time I found myself really enjoying this. Like, this came out, I'd be like, oh, that's nice. But there's some better shit that's coming in the near future, so it's hard to give this one higher than a 4.35. And I think a good example of that is The War is On.
That's right.
So I'm on Facebook the other day, and this guy Oliver Bro, who runs the Hip Hop Cafe in Montreal, posted that he had just purchased Thug Mentality 1999.
Nice.
And then on this pops a comment from this guy Steve Pageot, Pageot. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry. I produced The War Is On, featuring Snoop Dogg, Kurupt, and Krayzie Bone, and whatever. And then I commented. So in theory, he might have ignored me entirely. That's true. But I, in sort of ways, talked to the guy who produced this track somewhere between recordings part 1 and 2 of this by sheer fucking coincidence. What do you think of this song?
I mean, first of all, amazing features. This one features Snoop Dogg, Kurupt, and Layzie Bone. So, again, a great time to be had. It has, like, a really nice beat. It has, like, cool instruments. Like, it just sounds like old school, but, like, mixed in with new school. It just is really fun. It's really smooth and basically talking about street life and the realities of surviving and, like, the mission to make money, and they're just shooting people all day, and it's just like super cool. But it's like 1970s flute song, but like mixed in with like all this like gangster stuff, so it's really cool. And it like reminds me of like I don't know, something with like a cool car from like the 70s and like a movie. I don't know, like they're just like smooth, maybe like I was gonna say Butch Cassidy, but nope, that's definitely wrong. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about, some 70s thing with the car. Basically, it's Snoop is great on this one, and you know, talking about like keeping, you know, his gun close to him at all times, and overall, it's a pretty nice one. I like this one. It's super smooth. I give this a 4.65 on 5.
I think it's cool because it has like this contrast between the speed brought by like the Bones, and then the more
chilled, laid back
cadence brought by Snoop and Kurupt. And I think that stark contrast over this beat is really pleasant and makes this one a real standout song. It's something where, like, I find it more memorable than, say, the last one, which is kind of like Heated Heavy Light Part 2, because there was also a Heated Heavy, I think that's the name of the song. The first really fast song, which was like the bangiest of the fast songs.
Right.
But Krayzie Bone does this thing. Say people, we march, stomping into big black boots with my people in the fatigue suits, ready to shoot, running with the AK-47. People trying to survive, they ain't trying to go to heaven. Motherfuckers shooting, they ain't even asking questions. If these young ass people, they straight up thugged out, they kill us that little soldier boy, cause we living in a killing field. Tombstone soldier, rest in peace, a real warrior. Basically, him and his peoples is armed up, ready to go, uniformed, got the ammunition, the guns, and they're not really worried about survival or heaven. And that's an interesting line because it's saying, like, A, they're ready to die, and they're ready to commit whatever dirt they gotta commit in the process. And his verse kind of goes on like that. Say, boy, it's a jungle out there, get a couple casualties every year. The goal is to stay alive, the mission is to make money. The enemy, the police, we gotta bust back at and make some motherfucking examples out the masses. We're not even concerned. And it's not the first time he's kind of brought up that the cops are the enemy. They gotta make money. They have to survive. And it's almost like a very main point of this project. But then again, what's the album called? Thug Mentality 1999.
Yep.
He's absolutely driving home the point that this is the mantra and the way to think to survive in this universe that he's living in.
Yep.
So I thought that was pretty, like, you know, going through it. I don't have a lot more to comment on his verse. He literally also goes, you know, Mr. Sawed-Off Leatherface got a big gun in your face behind that bush. And I'm like, it's crazy that Krayzie Bone is able to often kind of, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but he, like, reuses the same shit, like, over and over and over again. And it just manages to sound dope over and over and over again. But, like, if you were to do, like, a word analysis of this man's lyrics, like, and I'm not saying this again, I fucking love it. He could just say the same shit over and over again. But man, it's a lot of these words in sometimes. And again, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm sounding more negative because I really enjoy this. But anyway, it's just kind of what I noticed as I was going through this album. I like the chorus. So what? Pull your gun. That's exactly how we play. Screaming bloody murder, mow all day, buckshot sprayed. Anyway, I like the way it sounds, the way he sings this shit. It's just kind of fly. But then Snoop Dogg's flow is nice. He has this, like, money, make, murder, sex, lies, crap. Like, it just kind of has, like, this broken kind of cadence as he's flicking it, and it just kind of sounds nice. It sounds like this is fresh on this project. Nines, heaters, jackers, killer, cap peelers, and drug dealers, snitches, snakes, bitches, fakes, bad breaks, and heartaches, give and take, shake and bake. Boy, I gotta stack my plate. But what I really like about that whole first part is how he just kind of takes a series of nouns, you know, and just kind of laces them together to paint a picture, leaving you to kind of put all the verbs and shit between to paint your own world. But just by saying all these different words and what their different implications are, paints this bad, complicated world that basically parallels what Krayzie Bone has been painting throughout the project. But bad news, it travels fast and real. Mashers always mash. Give a dog a bone, send him on. He bound to come home with some cash. Fair enough. Bad news goes quick. People are gonna grind proper, and then give a dog, Snoopy, a bone, which is, I believe, a gun, and then he'll come back with some cash because he's gonna make that money proper.
But maybe he's also talking about a bone, like one of them.
Fair. Tuck your heat, watch that bitch, she might be cute, but listen here, my people, that don't mean shit. Duck and dodge, camouflage, my entourage is way in charge. And it's fine, man. I really like the way he lays it, paints his verse really good. And I don't know, I found it was surprising when I first heard it, because I guess I didn't know they had collaborated, and then it just kind of popped in. I'm like, is that Snoop? And it was. And then Kurupt goes from, like, you know, the same kind of, I feel like, the cadence that we got from Snoop, but a little more choppy. Check it out. Ganstaz hoes, I suppose, dip and dash, cock and blast, Kurupt and Snoop, crazy Daz, Layzie blazing up the hash, fair. Cheat as fuck, gangsta fly, high as the sky, gangsta for life. And I like the way he's putting this mentality. It just kind of feels nice.
The thug mentality?
Yeah, but it feels more like on a more positive, upbeat kind of vibe than otherwise I've been painting. Fuck a bitch, hit a switch, gangsters drop that gangsta shit. And I'm like, That's blunt. That's just to the point. I'm a G, DPG, DPGC, OG, DP. I'm like, oh boy, the letters thing. That's cool. Ride on people, blast on people, dip and put the smash on people. And then he's just done and it's Layzie. And I'm like, that was really short. But the way he does all the letters and shit kind of elongates it for a minute. Like, I don't know. I feel like I've heard Kurupt do much flyer shit than this particular verse.
Right.
And then Layzie comes through. It's a war. There's a war going on. When the war pop up, where the fuck you gonna be in the front? This is a verse I felt like was much better than the other Layzie verse. In the front of the back, city under attack. Every person from the 9-9 front line marching with a Tech 9. People where my thugs at. If you scared, go to church, motherfucker. Matter of fact, while you at it, say a prayer for me. I just kind of like that. He's kind of questioning, where are you gonna be when it goes down? Are you gonna be in the front? And I know it sounds kind of silly, but like, a lot of people will talk about their intentions when the going gets going and whatnot, but you get the feeling from these men on this track that they're going to be frontline center, ready to go and lead by example and shit. So he's calling for his people to be there. But if you're scared, go to church is always a fun line. Like, don't come into it. And then, you know what? Pray for me. I need it because I'm going into fucking battle. I'm prepared to heated people in the street with a goddamn beat. My heat is close to me. Khaki suits and fatigues, people dressed to kill. Person, yes, I will put a slug in you. Person, what you gonna do? Because I'm ready to shoot. Anyway, flows out like that. He's coming in hard, and I just feel like, woof. And then I like at the end when he's like, fuck all you politicians, this war dedicated to the criminal nation, let the real thugs even the score. And I feel like there's this disdain for the system also, and the fact that they recognize that the politicians are responsible for so much of this shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought this song was a pretty decent banger. I thought it was very enjoyable to listen to. That's kind of what it is. 4.5. That was what I meant to say. That's kind of what it is.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And I rep that when I die. Typically, I like to do songs chronologically and stuff because that's how I do. But can we just fucking jump right straight to fucking Big Pun's verse here? I got so fucking excited when I saw there was a Big Pun feature. And then we get this verse, which is, if I'm not mistaken, the whole verse is, I'm going to keep smoking weed no matter what.
Yep.
I'm a thug, I'm a die high. OD off the la-la. People tell me get off that weed, I'm gonna keep smoking on that tie high. People fuck that, I'm gonna keep hitting that till my lung collapse. What's wrong with that? I'm like, okay. You smoke your pot, my man. Smoke that weed. But like, and it's like a hype verse per se, but like you see Big Pun and you expect like a lot of things. I wasn't expecting that. You hypocrite just a little bit. You know you down with it, so don't judge him because you also smoke pot. And I'm wondering if people were just like telling him not to smoke weed for like health concerns over like his size or something. I don't know. It's all good in your hood having last puff weed to clear my cataracts. Never thought I'd see the inside of an ambulance, but now I'm there. Too many dead brain cells running around in my head. Then when I died, my eyes were bloodshot red. I'm like, did he just smoke himself dead?
I think that's the way he would want to go, like it's.
I mean, it was just a weird verse. I liked it, but it was
like maybe like the fact that also he sounds very nasally and like probably can't breathe properly. It's very likely that people probably told him, be like, maybe you should not smoke as much. Like, you seem to be having problems breathing.
Yeah. It was, anyway.
Like, it was, a concoction of things, but...
But what do you think about this track?
I like the beat on this one. It definitely sounds like something that you would, like, drive around with your crew and, like, listen to, to this song while just, getting up to no good. Like, I like it, and like my head starts going like right away. It has a really great hook. Murder, more blanks, gonna kill some more blanks. You never know when you're gonna die. And just, anyways, it's really like nothing like great, but it's just like fun to like sing along to, and you basically, you never know when you're gonna die, so why not just like have fun, do what you want to do, and like that's kind of like what Big Pun was saying, he's just gonna do whatever he wants. He's gonna die anyways, and might as well enjoy it. So fuck that. So
I know, it's just, it was funny. I literally I laughed the first time I heard it. I'm like, that is the strangest, like, I'm gonna smoke pot, you can't stop me verse I've ever heard.
I mean, you're an adult. Do what you want.
Isn't he the guy that was ordering chicks around in a threesome on the last album?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Fat Joe does a great job. I feel like we're not mentioning him.
We didn't get there yet. We haven't even started.
Talking
We just
about,
jumped straight to Pun.
Oh, okay. He's just kind of talking about like being as like tough as possible. And they're just kind of talking about or singing about like what they're known for, like being murderers and being like gangsters and like getting up to no good and whatever.
Real, I like Fat Joe's line. I died in the car chase, shot the place like the last scene in Scarface. Now I'm in the far place, chilling in the whites of the sky. Terror squad to the day I die. Mm-hmm. I'm like, that's pretty hard. He blasts out like a scar, because if you've seen the last scene of Scarface, he gets bulleted down and shit.
Right.
And I'm like, that's a lot harder than say to the day I die. Anyway.
But he's just saying like whatever he's gonna do him. So I mean, it's fun. It's it's basically how they are murderers and they're running around killing people and they're just doing what they do. But obviously it's fictitious. Don't start running around killing people. But it's got that like fun energy and it has like this like really sick beat. It's got really great rhymes. And it has like the feeling of like wanting to go like cause some shit, like grab my like wild girlfriends and be like, get in the car bitches, we're gonna go start some shit, and just like riding around. I don't know what we're doing, but I feel like it would be better if there were guys. I feel like guys are more rowdy, but anyways, it's nice. I give it a 4.75 on 5.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. Like, I like Krayzie's thing. Like, man, what the fuck's we gonna do, man? Shit, I can't believe this shit. Them motherfuckers done killed him. We gotta ride for this on them old hoe ass. I say we ride over to right now. That's what I'm talking about. Let's roll. Mm-hmm. Right? So Krayzie sets up like somebody died. Some vengeance plot. Big Pun smoking pot. He's got it. He's got it down with his green.
Yep.
What? That verse does not make sense on this song, okay? That source is there because it's Big Pun. Am I wrong? Like,
he can do what he wants.
Anyway, as we delve through the mud and rain, straight shots of Tang to ease the pain as we put to rest one of my people that got cut up and lost his brain. I'm like, that's sad. They're like drinking to ease the pain of their homie that got fucking killed and shit. That's rough.
Yeah.
Shit ain't the same. People's is dangerous, bucking like it's a thing to bust. When I looked up, my people's fucked up. Couldn't help thinking this could have been aimed for us. People do hate like that. People you never know. He say you're a friend, but I smell foe. So I sit back and wait for the day people try to kick my dough. So I sleep with the big fofo. It's like, damn, man. He's like, he can't trust his friends. Anybody can turn on him. He's literally got to sleep with a gun. And I say literally in this figurative metaphor he's putting. What if I fuck up and pull it too slow? Then he's like questioning, is he even going to be competent with his weapon, or will he get shot down like the last scene in Scarface before he can pull that weapon and shoot them down? When I die, I want all my motherfuckers to ride on the people that did kill me for committing my homicide. Gather up at the funeral and pull out the big guns. Go through every hood popping to someone tell you something. So basically, when he dies, he wants you to raise fucking hell, find out who did it, and cast some vengeance and shit. And then I kind of like when he's like, now I'm gone, but this thug shit live on. The sweat on my tombstone, he was that thuggish, ruggish bone. And it's a really interesting idea, like just envisioning your death like that and just how your legacy will live on and what you're going to inspire with it. And that's really cool. So Big Pun is going to smoke pot. Murda Mo, kill some Mo. And that's just the hook repeated. It's real nice. Cuban Link's pretty good. No, he comes right back on point, like on the theme of the song. Now picture me dead, still getting head into coffin flossing. I'm like, yeah, that's fresh. I didn't know I wanted to get a blowjob when I was dead. Now I do. I didn't think of that before. Okay. He's getting head in the coffin flossing. So even while he's dead, he's getting his dick sucked.
Good for him.
I'm like...
real weird, but good for him.
That's a cool fantasy of like how fly you could be. Bitches fighting, crying, trying to get a bigger portion. So now there's women fighting over his dead-ass dick that's getting sucked off in the funeral. This is great. This is the best part of this song. My people take it talking, figuring out how to get my fortune while I'm lost in space waiting for Satan and his horsemen. That's an interesting point. Everyone's trying to rob his fucking remaining possessions and take from him rather than actually
Not
mourning
nice.
or anything. And he's just trying to get sorted up in the afterlife. Walking through fire, spark on my lighter, cloud the sky up, rising higher and higher, eye to eye with my Messiah. Like, you're gonna make a weed bar, make it that you get so high you meet God, you know, that's fucking clever.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, big pun. Via con Dios, as I crossed the gates of hell, I faced the devil with a shovel and told him, brace yourself. And then he takes on the fucking devil. Like, this is a great fucking verse. Mm-hmm. This might be, like, the standout verse on the fucking track. I'm not certain why more than half the song is just Krayzie Bone's 2 long-ass verses, but everyone else has got these short verses. I kind of would have liked to hear more of the Cuban link guy. That's all I'm trying to say.
All right.
Reporter steady asked why KB be talking about murder on songs. I say, because I could step out the door, somebody could pop, and I'm gone. And I'm like, damn. Krayzie Bone over here starts off the verse commenting on how reporters and shit question why, you know, he's murdering. And he's like, because,
Right.
yo, I could just fucking die. What else you want me to rap about? And I suppose if my priorities are, like, I could die leaving the door, I might actually rap about that a lot more. I have, like, zero fears walking out the doors, so guess it's never literally entered my rhymes, because why would it? I don't think about that shit.
Right. You're fortunate.
Then they want to know why I pack chrome. For one, I'm paranoid, smoking too much of that weed. What's that? I just heard a noise. And I like the fact that he acknowledges the paranoia that comes from marijuana. Like, you smoke all these weed to, like, calm your nerves, but then acknowledges that, like, while you're packed and heated, a little can make you jump and, like, question if you should pull that shit. Get the 12 gauge and I call my boys motherfuckers to plot me, and I know when I'm dreaming this, so that's the meaning of this. And then he kind of, like, goes off and gets his whatever. Anyway, I like this song. It was pretty great. I enjoyed it. I gave it a 4.35, mostly because Big Pun throws me off a lot. And I really like Big Pun, so I feel bad, but, like, can we just agree that conceptually that verse is weird?
I guess.
Anyway, next up, I believe we have some more Thugz up in this, as it's Thug Alwayz. This song has 4 of our favorite bones on this. I mean, there is a 5th bone that is also one of our favorite bones, because they're all our favorite bones. But I like that there's some extra bones here that are not just Layzie on this track.
Yeah.
This song just comes in and it's like, what am I,
good.
Thug Alwayz, and you're just like, you can't even help it, you just, like, start fucking bouncing to that shit, and I really enjoy it, and I feel like this is one of those verses where Krayzie, at least, that he comes in and he just, like, he's like, oh, the other bones are here, I'm gonna put my fucking A game on this shit. And he's hitting it with the crazy rhythms, and he's hitting it with the fun fucking vibes. The beat's just kind of nice, man. I really think this one slaps hard.
Yep.
People look out, we in the motherfucking house, we in here now, it's going down, steeping through the crowd, sipping on Henny, we get wild, people looking fool, if you even move and step like you hate, knock him out, and then keep him stomping his head in the ground, drag him out onto the dance floor, tell him what to stand for. I'm like, whoa. It sounds like if you look wrong at Layzie, him and his people are gonna stomp you to fucking near death in the middle of the dance floor at the club and shit, because you
don't
fuck with
them.
Tell them what to stand for, not what they came for. Had they pants on, we beat bitches up at their britches. Let's show them how to tear up a club when they be fucking with the thugs. People, we came to party, but I'll fuck up somebody if y'all ain't feeling me. I'm like, so if I understand correctly, they came in for the party, but somebody mean mugged them, so they fucked them up real bad and fucked the party. They're here to fight now.
Yep.
And I'm like, alright. And then Flesh comes in with this crazy energy and flow, and I'm like, Flesh is cool. That's all I had to say. Like, he just kicks in real fast, like, you want to come test me now? And then his flow's just erratic. I can't even do it, but it's really great. Come now and say, come now, challenge me. Let's a real people handle my business. I'm gonna finish. I gotta end this. I'm gonna diminish this. Come follow my profit-seeking gifts. It ain't no stopping me. I got a clock. G's THUG. Pop people. They DEAD. Better thug. Don't test me, boy. I trust my dogs. Anyway, he hits up with the same kind of vibe, but it's this energy and the way he rips it. great. And he gives a shout out to Eazy-E, which is real nice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, Fleshbone, like, I really wish there was more Fleshbone on the album, is what I felt as I was hearing him kind of rip it. But it's just this, like, the way he, like, bullet speeds some part of it, like, almost like, like stuttering his way through the flow, but not, like, in a bad way, in a very deliberate, controlled, awesome kind of way. And it's dope. Layzie Bay comes through with this nod to damn it feels good to be a gangster at the start of his verse with God damn it feels good to be a thugster, getting high smoking weed all day, which I thought was cool, shouting out the Ghetto Boys like that. And I mean, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's a nod to the Ghetto Boys. But yeah, he comes through with his verse. Ain't got to listen to no bitches when I'm disrespecting laws, just doing it the Bone Thug way. And basically, he doesn't need to listen to a woman that is nagging at him. 5 years deep, I feel you, Layzie. Sometimes the nagging is very motherly and stuff. I understand, but I'm not disrespecting laws. I'm not really doing it the Bone Thug way, I suppose. I listen to a lady. Anyway, yeah, people, you gotta be fucking with Layzie and all these more thug killers. We them extort dealers and natural born cat peelers. Feel us, people. If you ain't that high caption here, we kicking that raw shit. Fuck the law shit. Been screaming it for years. And I guess he just rolls on through and kind of feels that anthemic energy. He's very crazy with the flow in the way he flips it up, but you know, it's not the same as how Krayzie Bone does. He does it the Layzie Bone way, but I feel like this is again one of the more impressive verses. Like that first verse we got from him just did not stand up to this one and the other one. Anyway, I really like it. Hey, I'm the number one assassin. Guess they can't understand. I fear no man. Put it on my number one fan, cause I'm a stand-up truth thirster in the league of my own. The city of thieves in my home, and I don't trust a nan. Anyway, I don't know. I just feel like his energy on this is proper. Like there's this chemistry between these boys that just shines. Like it feels like the boys is back in town as we're listening to this. And again, you're bumping through. Wishbone, I like Wishbone a lot more from the melodic energy he brings, but I don't know. He definitely is noticeably not as fast as the other guys, but I appreciate his like niceness that he comes to the track with. Stay real, thugs get high while you call yourself a thug. That's how I feel inside, and we don't want to hurt nobody. And I'm like, I don't know, Krayzie seems like he wants to hurt people. But anyway, but you're fucking with us and we shooting up the party. Oh, right, that's more what Krayzie was saying. That's true. It's like everybody here is cool, but when they walk around, it seems like there's a lot of confrontation from the haters. Even he was talking some of that bone shit, saying then you can bring it on because we ready. Fucking with us is like fucking with no condom. Raw. But also a bad idea. That's dumb. Better play with your son. Get it? Because if you have a kid, you should. Anyway.
Yep.
I ain't the one. Ain't a thing changed. People still the same. Made a little change. Sending bullets to the brain. Fuck around, man. I don't know, man. His poetry's dope. I really enjoyed him. I know I've hated on Wishbone in the past, but like he does have this great energy that, in contrast to the others, gives you almost like a bridge between the fast-paced stuff.
Yeah, it's nice to have that variety.
Then Krayzie's back again, and I'm not gonna lie, there's not a whole lot more in his verse, but except for carry a deadly machete, shred him, they stretch not a human spaghetti, which reminds me of spaghetti squash. Because spaghetti squash, I found out, is when you have a squash and you fucking scrape it with a fork, and that's
it's not just any squash, it's a particular type of squash that does that when you do that with a fork. It's
a fucking squash, and that's all it is.
It was great. I loved it.
It was delicious. So you can make human spaghetti, because that could be a way to do it. Anyway.
Yeah, sure.
That's fine. Overall, I really like it. I also like that they shut out Busy, even though Busy wasn't on the track. As I understand it, they were having some internal dramas at this point. But I thought this was wonderful. I give it a 4.4 on 5. And we are going to move on. Or did you talk it?
No.
I'm sorry. You can go ahead. I'm a jerk.
So I mean, this one, it says its features Bone Thugs and Harmony. So it's very nice to have the whole crew back. Very sweet. I was like, oh. And you know, the thugs are back together again, and they're up to no good. And they're making lovely music. So you know, they're always thugs, and like they're not scared to get into like a fight with anybody, just because. And I love Layzie Bone, so I'm always happy to see him around. So I liked some of his lines. God damn, it feels Feel good to be a thugsta, getting high, smoking weed all day.
Yeah.
Ain't got to listen to no bitches, and I'm disrespecting laws, just doing it the Bone Thug way. Yeah, blank, you gotta be fucking crazy with fucking with, or you gotta be crazy fucking with Layzie. So, I don't know. I like the beat. I like that. I like his lines. Yeah, the overall beat is great. It's smooth while still like feeling like tough and like making you nod your head. And like as soon as it's on, it was like so fun. And Krayzie, he comes in at the end and run up on us whenever you want to get down and dirty. Still in the land with the slugs and my gun in my hand. Crazy, lazy, busy, wish and flesh. Put it down on the north, south, east, and west. From back in the day, we claiming the thuggish ruggish. And so it's just nice to like hear like that, like nostalgic, like we're still bros, like, you know, we're still like, you know, up to no good, and we're still like who we are, we're still true to us, or, you know, like it's nice to hear that. So you know, and I appreciate having like that, you know, I'll say it again, the brotherly love or whatever that's like there, and like, you know, having like the whole crew there, and it feels like a little bit like elevated in terms of like, you know, you are getting like the harmony, you're getting a little bit more from it. So it's a nice song. I gave it a 4.4 on 5.
All right. So the next track is actually the last track on the first disc of this great momentous project.
Yep.
I believe we could kind of call it the title track. It's that thug mentality.
Yep.
I feel like if I'm listening to this in my car back in the, like, I guess early 2000s or 99, and I have a CD player, and I'm only going to have, and it's a 1-disc CD player because we're in the real, like, you know, we're not fancy peoples here.
Yep.
This is like the last track you're going to have, so it's going to have like a sense of closure to it a little bit, which I feel like you get on this track. Like, it kind of sums up like everything.
Oh, it sums up everything. Yep.
I don't know if you're being facetious.
A little bit.
But I feel like that's what he's doing here.
Yep.
With this track. It's like the big anthemic closure to the first half of this project upon the thugging of mentalities and stuff.
Exactly.
I love the chorus. Thugg, we be, that's thug mentality with thugging, that's the way I choose to live my life. It's just such a great chorus, man. I could sing that shit all day long. It's so good.
Yep.
What do you think of this song?
I mean, I like the chorus too. I think it's fun. I like the beat on this one. And it sounds kind of like romantic and shit while like it being about being a thug. So I thought that was kind of funny. And what I wanted to mention was I found the outro to be a bit much. Like a bit fucking
Cincinnati thugs.
Like, you can't just pull out a fucking map and literally be like, all right, we're just gonna name all of the places.
No, but this is probably like, all the places
where my
they've
Detroit
been
thugs,
to.
Thugs, Cincinnati thugs, where my Columbus thugs, my Chicago thugs,
Yeah,
where the fuck my New York thugs, where the fuck are my Texas thugs, where are the Milwaukee thugs, where are the Colorado thugs? How about the thugs in St. Louis? Atlanta, Alabama, New Orleans, Miami.
Like,
it just keeps going.
But like when you say that,
Jamaica, California,
check it.
Arizona, New Mexico.
I get it.
Puerto Rico.
I get it.
They need to get it. They're thugging.
I like the fact that Puerto Rico got included.
PR.
What I'm trying to say though is this is probably a lot of places he's been to, and these are probably
of course,
places.
I assume so. But
like I don't know how often they came to Montreal. Where I don't know if he had to shout out his Montreal thugs.
No, there's no Montreal. This is all like.
But these are all like I felt like places to
America.
go. But like at the same time, if you're sitting there listening to this and you're one of these places, every time you hear this, you're probably like.
And definitely, Cleveland.
Anyway, I feel like that's a strange place to focus. Yes, I get it.
I just was like okay, because it just kept going. That's why it just was. It stuck with me. So I mean, like it's fine. I liked it. Overall, I think it could be better. Since it's like the title track and it sounds pretty cheesy.
I loved it.
I do like the chorus. I'm not saying that's not bad, and I think it's fine overall. It just feels a little bit cheesy for me, so I give it a 4 on 5.
See, I thought it was brilliant. I love the way he raps it. Like, I'd have been around the world and everywhere. Be the same song. People struggling daily, got to survive as worldwide. Even people from Paris to London be hustling, doing whatever to get that money. Looking at the whole world wide of Thugz, but you got to keep it real if you want to make it through with the biz and make them dollars for your kids. So he's essentially putting that everywhere he's been, it's the same shit. It's the same people doing what they can to get money. It's the same world. Basically, everything he's been describing on the album, summarizing it all into this verse, like I was saying before. And that's what's really, my thugs feel me. Put your fists up in the air, yeah. People coming to the war, and I'm gonna meet you people there, ready to rumble, and I swear we coming from everywhere. Where my thugs at? No, I'll be honest, I can't say that there's a whole lot of new that he brings in, but he kicks it with his whole heavy, fast cadence. And I feel like as far as a lot of the tracks go on this album, this just has that uplifting, powerful feel to it. Like, it feels a little more like at the beginning of this project where he had that like leadership role. Like some of the verses feel like he's on the defensive and he's lashing out and he's just expressing the rage or whatever. This feels like this cool, calm, collected, I will lead you to the way. Thug with me, we gonna fucking rise. I don't think, again, like there's a whole lot in the second verse that's like truly stood out to me. I feel like he comes through with the same things, the same kind of idea, like rapping the mentality. He's got his weapons ready, he's got his mindset, he's prepared to go. He doesn't take no shorts, no losses. These days it's still the same, like gotta make the money, man, bang. And like I feel like by the repetition of these ideas, it really serves as almost like a mantra to what he believes in. And on that regard, I truly respect it. I think sonically it's amazing the way he flows over it. And I thought it was great to listen to. I thought the music video was pretty funny. I can't remember it right now, but I wrote down that it was hilarious. I really don't remember it, so I wonder what that... But I'm not really big on the music videos. I just acknowledge it exists, and I watched it, and I don't remember it. I don't know. I think it was the part where he's, like, doing his, like, shout-outs at the end. But I think this song is cool. I think it really just kind of captures this more positive energy, and right, following up that Thug Alwayz with the Bone Thugs, and just kind of, like, drilling it down, like, this is who we are, and... Keep in mind, this is like the movement, right? Like, this is more than just like random language. This is them connecting and building and trying to figure out a way through the madness. So having this like sense of unity here to like close out the project is, I thought, really cool. Or this first part of the project, I liked it a lot, and I give it a 4.5 on 5.
Nice.
Anyway, we are going to talk about the skit that starts off the next project before we leave you at the end of part 2. So, right after this lovely unity feeling song, the Murda Won't Stop. A lot of noise. Some dudes beat the shit out the next dude. Something about money, and then that 9mm heater, murder, it won't stop. And then it kind of like ends.
Yep.
And I believe that's like a callback to the beginning of the first part to kind of tie the two projects together, which is nice. And I like the imagery that even though everything's cool and you have like this sense of unity and shit, immediately after it's like, but the truth is the murder won't stop. You don't really get that piece. And it moves into this before you move throughout the rest of the project.
Like just getting rid of like one person isn't maybe necessarily like, you know, going to cause like a huge chain reaction, I guess. Like, it's just going to keep on happening.
I really like the beat. It's nice, but I found it to kind of be a lot of noise as they beat the shit out the dude and take the money and whatnot. I don't know. I give it a 4. It serves as an intro to the second part of the album and does its job.
Yeah, it's like driving to him and like saying like he better have like his like the money, so he's obviously going after like somebody that's, you know, he's in debt to, or somebody that he owes money to. I guess it's the other way around. So sees the guy, and then like the guy like draws like a gun at him, and then you hear like shots fired, or like a shot fired, I think, and like beating him up to like get his money. He's gonna like do whatever, and then you hear like dogs barking and like the sirens, like the cops are showing up, and then like they like drive away, and basically just kind of like is the money really worth it? And like just trying to like remind you, like, you know, if you're gonna kill someone, like, is it actually worth it? Like, you know, to set, how much, whatever, $200, $1,000, $10,000, like however, is it worth killing someone? So it's an interesting like message that there's sort of kind of like tucked in, like that sort of conscience and sort of like positive message, just being like, just like remember, it may not be worth it to like not just kill, but do whatever else it's like a bad thing or that could end in something. You know what I'm saying. But anyways, it's fine. I gave it a 4.25 on 5.
All right, so we're going to leave this for the end of part 2. There's still another 19 songs for us to get through.
Oh, yes.
Or 18, or I don't know, a lot more songs to talk about. So we'll get through all those tracks, and when we do, we'll get you the next part.
We'll tell you all about it.
That's how it'll go.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think in the comments. Feel free to put down anything there, and we will answer you. Subscribe to the channel for the rest of the parts and more reviews. Feel free to like this video if you did. And yeah, special thanks to the patrons: Ismail Kadamsi, Chris Prada, Jonathan Barnes, CG Black, Hurricane, Linda Williams, Coney Sparks, and Scribble. They're dope. They support what we do, helped us get new cameras and stuff, get to tell us what albums they want to see us review, and you can join that too and help us out and help us grow. That would be awesome. Thank you. Anyway, I make music. You can check that out on Spotify or on this channel. All the links in the description. And yeah, thanks for being here with us. It's amazing. Live long and prosper, everybody.
Bye, guys.